All right, guys, we got 25 minutes. We just shot a fucking banger 30-minute podcast. I have a flight in 2 hours, and I just looked down and I noticed that the record button wasn't on. Why does shit like that happen? It's like it's so hard to be like everything happens for a reason, and then something like that happens. Like, bro, what the fuck? So we got 25 minutes. We're gonna get right into it. First of all, thank you guys for watching. Join the Facebook group, blah blah blah, all that stuff. Let's just fucking right into it.
I was going to say, anyway, from there, like, let's shift gears. Well, let's start with what's your thoughts on, like, relationships in your 20s?
Oh, dude, this is like such a different episode than the one we just shot, but, you know, relationships. Okay, what are my thoughts on relationship? Bro, I don't think they work. I just can't. I just think in your 20s, you're just such a, like, I think realistically that I'm 25 years old and I'm really like 2 years old because I just stepped out of college. And like when you get out of college, like that's the real world, right? Or, and like this is going to be a hot take, you can continue to kind of be babied and live a little bit in the matrix after college if you then like go get like your master's degree. And then after that, you know, you live in the same town and you get a corporate America office job and then you go out on the weekends. Like what I'm saying is like there is a way to like not live, in my opinion, in the real world. I know a lot of people are going to take offense to that, but it's just the real world to me is like putting yourself in as many new situations and new experiences as possible, right? There's so many people that are kind of living in this like matrix thing that I can almost tell immediately if like how much a person has grown. Because when you speak to them, majority of the things that they speak to you about are the same things. Like if you look at like, you can look at a 55-year-old that lived in the same town, right? And I would immediately be able to know like there's not really much going on here just because there's not really much life experience there. So to finish that, I think that a relationship in your 20s, if you want to go see the world and go experience things and start a business and learn more about yourself, right? Figure out your passion, figure out your purpose, excel at certain things. I just don't know if it works because it's as simple as there's only so much time and you sleep 30% of your life. So that's gone immediately, right? And I just know as far as like achieving things in life, like there's not enough time in a day, you know?
Yeah, I think that to play devil's advocate on that, I think it really depends on your partner, you know, and depends who you're with.
Yeah.
And it depends if they support you along the process or if they're on their own journey and you guys can kind of be a productive combination where you guys kind of help each other along the way.
Right.
So that's just to see both. But yeah, it's hard because like a lot of times in your 20s, like you think you found the love of your life. And then like when things sometimes don't work out, you know, a partner leaves out the relationship and then you kind of get in this mind frame of like, you know, I lost the love of my life. But then if you look at it from another perspective where it's like, if that was really the love of your life, would they have really walked out of your life? And
yeah,
I think, you know, in your 20s, it's really hard to dictate and to decide like what am I really looking for in a partner? And then what am I really looking for in my life? And like you said, like to combine the two, sometimes it's a really tough decision and it really comes down to, I guess, who your partner is.
Yeah, I just don't. Oh, my fucking mom is coming. Hold up. What's up? We're doing a podcast. What's up? I love you. Yeah, I love you. We don't not much time. Love you.
I want a kiss.
Yeah. Love you. All right.
Have a good one.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye. Isn't that crazy? I'm like rushing my mom out of here because we're doing. Yeah. No. No, I would. Okay, so to piggyback off of that, the only good thing I could say, because I don't even know if relationships, if you're a person like us, I don't even think they work. I'm gonna keep it real G with you, bro. I think we're gonna grow so much, bro, that your interests are going to change. For number one, if you're in a relationship, there's 50% of things that you can't control, right? Because you know what it's like, bro, to be hit out of left field. Hey, I'm not feeling this anymore. I've already said it. Like being in your 20s and being in a relationship, that's a real reality. You could be all about the relationship, getting her flowers, taking her on dates, doing this, doing that. And then, bro, and then planning your life, bro. It's a big thing to be in a relationship, bro. Because, like, you get 25, 26, you're in a relationship, 2, 3, now you're thinking about marriage. Bro, my ex-girlfriend broke up with me, right? My ex-girlfriend broke up with me on the day I wrote out a proposal plan to her. Shocked my whole fucking world, right? And now, check it out. Bro, you're trying to achieve something? That's a very traumatic experience, right? Like really getting your heart broken, right? So it's not good for achievement because, it'll put you in the gutter. Now, at the same time, it is good for achievement because by going in the gutter, if you can handle it, you come out this big fucking scary monster because you learn so much about yourself, right? So that's good. So, like, my hypothesis is almost like, having a relationship in your 20s is good for one heartbreak and then don't do it again. Like, get out of it, If you want to achieve things in life, just because, okay, you have the heartbreak, you had a beautiful relationship, you learned a lot, right? Hey, in my next relationship, you have data. You can say, hey, I didn't take her out enough. I didn't tell her she was beautiful enough. I gave her too much of my time and stopped working on my dream. She sensed that, broke up with me, cheated on me with X, Y, and Z. Who the fuck knows? But so I'm saying, like, bro, if you get, and that's why I'm kind of a fan of heartbreak. You get a heartbreak, you have all this shit you could fucking learn from. Learn from it. Don't substitute learning from a breakup with going to the bar and hooking up with people, Like, this is your opportunity to work on this shit, And that's something that, like, that's very spiritual. I've heard that from very great spiritual people. It's like, look at your problems in your life like your spiritual teachers, right? Because now you get to learn from this shit. And you don't want to make this mistake again later in fucking life. Because what's the point of life? It's to grow, right? Like, how fucking, like, it was, bro, when people make the same mistakes over and over and over and over again, it's not good. Look at the fucking Dallas Cowboys kicker last night. Missed an extra point. Okay, we forgive you. We forgive you. Missed another extra point. We still forgive you. Missed the third. Bro, what the fuck is this guy doing? Missed the fourth, you get outlawed. So I don't want to, like, take it to that extreme, but I'm just saying, like, you want to be able to learn from your mistakes because mistakes fucking hurt, right? So it's like, I want to avoid as many of those. If I want to, because here's the other thing. You're going to make tons of mistakes, right? But if you experience something for the first time, that's okay, right? Because those are just going to come. So my whole thing is, and I know I went off on this, like, crazy long tangent, but, like, I am, like, kind of passionate about it just because I don't know, bro. Like, hey, like, reply in the comments, like, what the fuck do you guys think? Like, do you guys think that relationships in your 20s can work in 2023? Like, or if you are in a relationship, like, what are some things that you're doing that, like, make it work, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest mistake you make is not making any mistakes, because that means you're not trying and you're not experimenting and you're not going out and putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. Yeah. But I think one thing that you should do is not be regretful for some of those mistakes or decisions or situations you put yourself in. Yeah. Because at that moment in time, it was everything you ever wanted. And when you're in that moment, you're not thinking about this shit not working. And I don't think you should. Anything you do, you should always think it's going to work. You should always go into things with a positive mind frame, because I think that energy that carries with you sometimes has an effect on the outcome sometimes, right? Like, if you just go into something like delusionally optimistic, sometimes you almost, like, trick yourself into making it work. But when you go into situations with, like, I don't know, this might not work, I'm kind of scared, like, then you subconsciously put yourself in that state where you're almost attracting the things that aren't working in it. So I think the mistakes, whether you're doing it career-wise or in relationship, are necessary, because if you never had a breakup and then you got into your first relationship and you got married and then you got divorced that might be the end for you. So you need these like little fucking like, you know what I'm saying? Like these little cuts along the way, like these little things that don't tear you down, but they're just little things to recover from, learn from, and then build yourself up.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. And that's why, like, speaking of these things is so hard, because it's like, how do I give advice if everything happens for a reason? You know, like, how do I, like, tell people, like, because I know people are listening and, like, they're looking for advice, right? So I guess it's whatever you hear that comes out of my mouth or Zach's mouth or anyone's mouth that, like, resonates with you, like, that sounds like the truth. And, like, those are the things that you have to follow. And, like, that's important in life as well. With, like, how do I, like, people say all the time, like, how do I have a connection with God? How do I have a relationship with God? It's like, dude, just pay attention, because God comes in so many different forms. Like, God, I don't think God is this like big guy and big white guy in the sky with like a lightning bolt and shit. You know, like, I think God is just like, maybe it's something that you heard on the radio that day. Maybe it's something you heard on the podcast. Maybe it's an interaction you had with a grandma at the red light. You know, it's like, so that's, you know, that's just a little piece of game for people in terms of like, how do I recognize God? But yeah, moving back to relationships. I mean, yeah, we just, you know, I where I'm at, it's everyone is just gonna be different. You know, I just heard, you know, my friend last night. You know, I just don't want to be like gloom and doom, bro. You know, so it's more like, I don't want to like fucking. I guess it's more so just a thing of like, if you are listening, like, just reach out to us and like, and you know, like, maybe we can give some advice or maybe we can't, because it's.
I don't think anyone has the right answer. Nobody has the right answer. It's all preference. It's all based on your lifestyle, what you want to do, how you're feeling, who your partner is, whatever.
So let's say we make the scenario like you want to achieve massive things in life.
If you want to, I mean, it's subjective, because like, you don't know, like what it, like your woman could be your biggest supporter, right? She could help you out along the way. She could give you that guidance and that confidence to propel yourself forward to achieve those things.
Yeah.
Or it could be on the other side of it, and she could tear you down and distract you and stress you out. So like, I think it's all like situational based. It's like, it's very hard, you know, because like how are you going to tell someone that, you know, is deeply in love with you know, their partner, that like, hey, like, this isn't good for you right now? Telling, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, telling someone that, like, they're never going to understand it. So I think, like, we always say, like, the only way to really understand something is to go through it and experience those things. Yep. If you, me and you can't tell someone like what to do or like what's right, what's wrong. Like, at the end of the day, they have to experience it. And I mean, you can take stuff, right? And you can apply it, right? And it may work for you, but I don't think there's a right answer for anyone. There's not a right answer for almost anything in life. Like, nobody knows the answers. If everyone always knew the answers to everything, then like there would be nothing else to learn. Yeah. So I think life, bro, like, life is your biggest teacher. You said it earlier. Like, you just have to fucking try, bro. Just keep trying new things. Just experiment.
Yeah. I certainly agree. Yeah. Maybe I'm being too hard on it. You know, maybe my hypothesis is that if you want to know that a relationship is good for you or not, does it, like, maybe it's not even that hard. Like, does it just give more than it takes? You know, maybe that's it. Like, does it work? You know, like, that's a good sign right there. Like, are you always fighting with the person? You know, are you guys consistently jealous of each other? Does she not trust you? Do you not trust her? Right? Like, I think you do have to look at red flags. I think that's something that us people don't do. You know, I told you, bro, like, I saw some red flags in something that I'm currently kind of involved in, like, very early in the relationship. But I, as a delusional optimist, went into the relationship with like, maybe she is the one, you know? So like, I'm more willing to let go of and look past certain red flags. But that's I think I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know if the answer is like, you have to be tactical about your relationship and like really like go to the whiteboard with it and like look at the pros, look at the cons, because that's certainly a way to understand if it's good or if it's bad, or to just kind of just live in the flow, live in the present moment, and let the present moment be your teacher. And I want to kind of bring us out of relationships, bring us back to the present moment, because I said before, the reason why I love the present moment so much, right, versus like planning, is because when you show up to the present moment, you understand like what you need to do. Because any form of planning is, you're just preparing for something that you're going to do in the present moment. And majority of my stress and my worry and other people's stress and worry comes from planning. Like, people almost plan to a fault, you know? I think there has to be a balance of, okay, I have this loose framework of my plan, and then I left enough room to be receptive and be in the moment. And I think that's the problem with our society and our culture is very fast. So to deal with the speed, you have to like put checks and balances on it, you know, and like, all right, I'm gonna be there at this time. This is gonna happen here. I'm gonna have this huge calendar. Blah 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 blah. That's good to I think to a certain extent, but then you need to, and that's why I love the spiritual shit. You need to take honestly majority of your energy and place it in that present, you know, because it can literally, like, the present moment can literally come down to life or death, you know. So that's just something I think that's important to note, you know, for any of the viewers, is just we live in this fast-paced society, and there's no amount of planning that would be better than just being receptive to the present moment and really being aware. Because if you show up to that, you'll fucking crush life.
Yeah, I think planning, like you said, just creates more stress. And when you create more stress, then you're not present in that actual moment, and then you'll never get to where you want to go. Mm-hmm. So power of now, that the whole ordeal of just being aware of everything you're doing, it's going to lead you to where you want to be. And I think that's something that a lot of people should be more cognitive of, where they're not always trying to keep up. Everyone's always just trying to keep up in today's society. Like you said, it's so fast. Everyone wants to do this. They see the next person doing this, doing that, and it's just distracting you from where you are. Yeah. That's been a big thing for me, you know, in the past couple months. And I know, like I just kind of tapped into more of this side. Yeah. I was more closed off to it, and you have been in it for a little while now. So when you make that change and you are more present, and you just think about all the little things, and you are open to everything going on around you, you raise your vibration, you raise your frequency, and then fucking good shit just starts to happen to you. And you're just like why, you know? And it just happens so fast, and it happens because you're just training your subconscious mind to be fucking open and just be allowing those things to come into your life. Because when you're stressed out all the time and you're fucking worrying about what's going to happen a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, bro, you're literally closing the door in your mind for any new things or anything to come into your life.
And that's why, like, bro, that's why I consistently bring stress back to a financial situation, because right now I don't feel very stressed out because I'm here with you. I'm in the present moment. You're my guy. We're doing what we love, right? But the reality of the world is that I have rent coming next month. So I need to go out and plan and put myself in situations that I'm not happy, you know, to get this dollar to be able to fund my passion, fund my purpose. So what I want to say with that is, oh man, it's just like, bro, in the book The Science of Getting Rich, it literally, written in 1901, by the way, like written before Think and Grow Rich. Like, this is like the OG fucking self-help book, bro. And the dude, the author, literally is like, yo, you can't live a spiritual life without money. You can't, because you can't, without money, you can't extend your talents. You can't like grow your passion and grow your purpose, because, bro, like, if my talent is filmmaking, bro, let's just keep it a G. We're looking at 30 grand in this room right now. 30 fucking grand, bro. You know? And like, to think about that. This isn't 30 grand and no other expenses in life, you know? Like, I bought majority of this shit when I was living with my parents, so I didn't have to pay rent. But if you have to pay rent and then you get a girlfriend on top of that, and then you have student debt, and then maybe you get sick, right? And you don't have health insurance, bro, you can't do your passion. I literally would not be able to do this without fucking money. So that's why I speak so fucking goddamn passionate on it, because it became a real reality of me, the reality of not fucking having money and how fucking shitty it is. So, it's just something I want to get to a better place with. Do you need money? Do you not need money? Because I want to be able to give people advice, because I don't want to have people center their life around money, because then they miss out on the joy. And then we talked about it before on this episode, was if you are making money at the expense of you giving up on your dreams, it's not fucking worth it. Because we literally met people with hundreds of millions of dollars, right? I've had conversations with these guys, and like, they're like, they almost get lost. Because like, I have the money, but I don't have the purpose now. And like, now I have this huge corporation and fucking 100 employees, and I have a wife and I have kids. I don't have any more time freedom to go find my purpose. So people almost become robots. And that scares the fucking shit out of me. I don't want that. I would rather fucking do what I did the past 3 to 5 years. Sleep on the fucking floor. Okay, every once in a while I have to hit up my homies. Yo, you got $4 for a coffee. You got $4 for a coffee. You know, be doubted by everyone in my hometown. Be doubted by even my own father, right? Because the money will come by you following your purpose. That's something that people really fuck up, right? Like, you truly follow your purpose. You truly follow your passion. The money is a fucking byproduct of it. And you will achieve way more riches by following your purpose and following your dreams than you would ever achieve from settling for some corporate America or sales job. So, but at the same time, it is fucking hard, bro.
Yeah, I think I always question why people only correlate success with money. Like, why are you unsuccessful because you're chasing your dream, you're chasing your purpose and doing what you love, and you're doing all these things, and people look down upon it. But then once you make it, right, and you are successful and you do have money, right, to the rest of the world, yeah, now they want to support you because now it's cool to support you because you did the thing. But the entire time while you were trying to figure it out, people shit on it.
Yeah.
And that's a huge thing. And that's, I think, what steers people away from following their dreams is the judgment of other people, yeah, when they're doing that.
Yeah.
Because when you don't have money, you're limited on what you can do, lack of resources. You may have all these creative ideas and plans, but you can't do anything with them without the right funding. Yeah. So now you look at other people that are technically like being like robots and just doing what everyone else is doing. Yeah. And now then you question if you're doing the right thing. And then sometimes that's why people quit on their dreams and they give up and then they settle for that life. I think judgment and not allowing outside opinions to dictate what you do is the fucking number one rule when following your passion. If you allowed outside opinions, whether it's from your fucking family, your best friend, your cousins, your work, your school, whoever, if you allowed all those people to dictate what you were doing, they're not doing it. They have no say in what you do. Are they giving you the money to chase your dream? No. Fuck off. You know what I mean? So I think that's like the biggest thing for you, and like that, like, and it's been both of us, bro, like living well below our means, not valuing our worth and our success to money. Yeah. Because we know, like, eventually, bro, like when you put in enough time and effort into something, it's going to pop sooner or later. Something's going to come out of it. Maybe it's not the millions of dollars, but maybe it's something far beyond that will serve you a much greater purpose than just fucking commas in your bank account.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, bro. No, I certainly agree. It just, you know, like I've been so on the other side of it from living in Miami that, like, bro, money is the only thing that you get judged on living in Miami. As a male, It's the only thing, bro. You're so limited, bro. Like you literally, like if you don't have money, you can't live anywhere. You can't date people. You can't fucking go to the gym. You can't, bro. There's so many things you can't fucking do without the bread, you know? And I'm not even talking about like making like 4K a month. Like, bro, to live in Miami, you need to make 10, 15, 20K a month just to even afford the fucking lifestyle. So now I'm happy I lived in Miami because I made great connections and this and that, and it was still like kind of fun, but yeah, like I don't know, bro. I don't know what it is about our society that like solely judges people based off of money. That's a sole thing, right? Because there's so many other things. How kind are you? How intelligent are you? How athletic are you? How close are you to God? Right? There's all these things in life, right? But our society just looks at fucking money, and then we idolize the fucking people with money, bro. And then there's plenty of people that are like, literally, bro, if I brought a dude in here that started this fucking huge charity, right? And then I brought a dude in here wearing a Richard Mille and shows up in the Lamborghini and X, Y, and Z, bro, people in the room are going to like gravitate towards the fucking guy with the fucking bread, you know? Or like, look at the guy, bro, like, you know how many people, and I've seen it, like, you know how many people will start a foundation and people will be like, oh man, that's cool. Like, that's cool. Like, hope it goes well for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool. And then they move directly on, you know? But that's not majority of people. That was just my experience, you know, from living in Miami. But it is going to be nice for. I do believe that we are on the uptrend, right, of having money, because you said it before. This was like such an important point that you said. It's so fucking shitty when you have all the ideas and the only thing from stopping you from executing on these ideas, right, these dreams, is the fucking money. Like, bro, like, if I had fucking, bro, like, I'm almost even thinking about taking out a fucking loan, bro. Because there is a difference of, like, being ready for money and not being ready for money. And, like, bro, we're fucking ready for money. Like, if I have $100,000 right now, I know what to do with it, right? So I think that's an important point, too, like, for a listener. It's like, yo, if you feel like you want more money, right? Like, I would almost judge it off of, like, think about it. Like, if you got a loan, would you be able to pay it back immediately? And if the answer is yes, then like, okay, like you probably need some money. You know what I'm saying? But if you got a loan and you weren't able to pay it back and it were to fuck up your life, you're not ready for the money. Happened to me. Like, I fucking ran up my credit cards when I was young. I'm suffering for it now at 25 years old, you know, because I wasn't fucking ready for the money. But I am excited for us because now, like, bro, like, we're fucking... Bro, $100,000 for us, bro. Like, we can start paying people to get on this fucking podcast, bro. We can take flights and trips and get new equipment and throw some ads at certain things. I do look forward to, as much as I love the spiritual stuff, I do love like the money. So I look forward to being a resource, especially for spiritual people, because spiritual people aren't good with fucking money. You know, I look forward to being a resource for spiritual people and people just in general of like, dude, like I kind of figured out the money, bro. Like I can help you with your taxes. I can help you fucking set up a business. I can help you set up a podcast. I can help you, learn how to market, right? Learn how to sell, learn how to speak with conviction, like all these things. I think that that's like kind of funny because like I do want to be a motivational, I do want to be like a spiritual speaker, like a Deepak Chopra, but I could see people like, why you value money so much? It's like, bro, because like you need, like, bro, this camera shit is expensive.
Yeah, that's I mean that's kind of what you said before with the people with the money, right? Bringing someone into the room and even like the support, right? Like people look at someone like a celebrity, right? People will support a celebrity and support someone with money just because of their status. And then, someone like, say like us, starting from the ground up, we've been trying to do this thing for a while now and really haven't got that much support. And now that we're starting to gain some traction, now a lot of people are coming out from the woods and showing love now. And it's kind of funny. It's like, oh, now you only support us because it's cool to. Yeah. Because, and we still, like we said, like we haven't made $1 from this shit. Yeah. But we will. And it's close. You know what I'm saying? Like we're really close to that.
And that's why you throw away people's opinions. Because if I really valued someone else's opinion, I would have never fucking done this. And bro, like the thing about people's opinions is that they change. By me following my purpose and doing the 3 years and sleeping on the floor and having to fucking ask my friends for a fucking coffee because I couldn't even afford a coffee. By me doing all these things, right? My own, like I said, my own father not even believing in me and giving me shit. Like, when are you going to get a real fucking job? By me doing all that shit, right? And not giving a fuck about other people's opinions and continuing to follow my dreams. Like, bro, we just interviewed a multi-millionaire at the one hotel in New York fucking City this past weekend, bro. Give us 6 months. I guarantee for a fact, Gary V, my fucking guy, we met in Miami, come on the podcast. Like, I guarantee, like, for any, like, we're going to, by you following your dreams, if you do value people's opinions, throw them away for the short term, because if you follow your dreams, you're going to become massively successful, and then everyone's going to say, oh my God, you're the best thing, blah, blah, blah. They're going to give you all the good opinions, right? And that's why it never fucking matters. It never fucking matters. But it's just something that, I want to get across to, people. Is like one of the most spiritual things that you can do is never value someone else's opinion. Get rid of it. If it's someone you look up to that has maybe done what it is that you're trying to do, right? Then ask for their opinions, right? Use it as data. But if it's someone from your fucking hometown, bro, that was the fucking cool kid in high school, that honestly maybe picked on you at a point and now fucking works at TGI Fridays, if they give you their fucking opinion, fuck them, bro. Fuck them. Straight up, And that's why it's like, I'm like, even for my men out there, like, I'm like a believer in, like, get fucking dangerous, son. Because that's a good way to fucking not give a shit about other people's opinions. Because it's like, all right, like, you might have more money than me, but I would put you in a pretzel, right? And if we strip both of us naked and put you on an island and put me on a fucking island, right? We'll see who the fuck's going to survive, right? So it's like, that's why it's like, bro, life is about so much more than just the fucking money. Because it's like, all right, like, if you're the type of person that all you got going on is this money, right? Bro, you put a lot of people in scenarios where money doesn't matter and they're cooked. But if you're an expert in all these other things and they get thrown in the same scenario, chilling. So it just like, bro, like, it was the same thing. Like, I brought this up one time with Bane. Like, all right, we have this guy that has money, and the person with money feels all high and mighty, so much so that he's like openly disrespecting people, disrespecting his wife, not, being there for his children, like, just like being shitty. Comes across Bane, who's a savage motherfucker, tries to disrespect Bane, and Bane breaks his fucking neck. So it goes to show you, like, the power of money is an illusion. It's an illusion. So it's like, why not, like, let's get rid of power as a whole and just be a good person, right? Because it's like money, it's like, it shouldn't matter how much money you have, I guess, for your status.
Yeah, I think it's all about, like, fulfillment, right? Like, if you can fulfill yourself with all the other aspects of life, the spirituality, the mental health, the physical health, the relationships, and all that, I think that putting all those things together, that's a recipe for money.
Yep.
And I think sometimes people fall into money, right? And then they get so caught up in the money, they lack all those other aspects of their life. And then when they lose the money, they have nothing.
Yeah, so don't even worry about, like, if you're watching this and you are, like, financially struggling, like, yeah, like, you could do some things, like, to improve your situation. Read The Science of Getting Rich. Read Think and Grow Rich. Like, start there. But if you're overly stressing, right, like, be honest with yourself and realize, like, if I were to get money, would you lose it all right now? Because you're not good with money. You can't go from 0 to 100 with money. That's why all these rappers and NFL players, right? They get these huge contracts and then they're fucking janitors later in life. I'm not saying anything wrong to them, much respect and love to them, but I'm just saying, like, money is not, like, you have to learn the game of money, right? So by gradually, like, creeping up, right? Like, now you'll get to a place where if the fucking earth ends tomorrow and there's a fucking hurricane and something bad happens to your finances, you can even build it all back. Because, bro, like, how many, we see it, bro, like, these documentaries on TV, people take a billionaire, like a multimillionaire, and they strip them from nothing, put them on the street with $100, right? Grant Cardone did this. They put Grant Cardone on the street with $100, bro. And in like 90 days, he had like a fucking 6-figure business, So that's like the cool thing about, like, starts like for anyone struggling with the finances is like it is 2022. There is an internet. You could learn about 2023, right? So you could learn about money. You could read there's so much books out there, so much resources. Start slow, right? So you build up over time, because let's just say life happens that, you were to lose everything. If I know in 5 years, right? If I lost everything, I'd go make it back in 90 days. Not all of it, but a good amount. Because that's the cool shit. That's why I like business, bro. Because business is like, it's easy to be good in business. Like it's like I'm gonna go as far to say in 2023, it's very easy to be a millionaire. I also think it's very easy to be a multimillionaire, to be honest with you, just because there is so much information. And like, if you don't think so, like, join our Facebook group, because like we're gonna be like in our bio, because we're gonna be putting ways to make money in that Facebook group. And like, it's fairly easy. Like I said, it's very easy to be a millionaire, very hard to be a billionaire. That's the echelon, right? That's the different thing. So that's why I'm saying, like, if I fucking lost everything in 5 years, I go make it back immediately, because there's so much business game that's not common knowledge, and you don't learn it in school. You don't learn it in school. All the business game that I've gotten, this might sound fucking crazy, but it's come from like 17, 18, 19, 20-year-olds in Miami, right? Because business is so different in 2023. It's all online now. So a lot of people that are best in the world at these multi-million-dollar businesses, right, understand digital marketing, social media advertising, software as a service, high-ticket remote sales, right? Like there's all these newer online avenues, influencing, that didn't exist, So how could a professor teach you about digital marketing if the professor grew up in an area where people were hanging billboards? So that's just what I just wanted to segue into that. Bring us home. I'm probably gonna miss my fucking flight.
Yeah, no, we're good. Yeah,
Yeah.
send us home with that.
Okay, so I just want to say, like, and I'm sorry, like, this episode was like kind of super rushed, because also it's fucking freezing in here. It's fucking cold in here, and I'm gonna miss the flight. But seriously, if you guys like choose to watch this and it's adding value to your lives, and I'm pretty sure it is, thank you. Like, it fucking means a lot. We did 55 episodes and no one was here, And I feel, and it was good, because it by doing that, we became more passionate. We learned more about ourselves. We went through a little bit more of the journey, right, to get to this place where now people are hearing it. So I just want to say thank you, because like, it wasn't always like this. Please, if you're watching this, join our Facebook group. It's going to be in the bio, especially if you're going through a tough time. Anything personal development related. I just said we're going to drop tips on how to make money in there. But more important than that, there's already people in that Facebook group sharing their stories, these crazy stories of, I was raped at a young age, I was in jail, and suicidal, and blah 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 blah. And there's people in there that, like, if they might even need your help, or maybe you could share your story, and people that have been through what you're going through are in our group and can maybe give you some advice, right? And what book recommendations, X, Y, and Z. We're going to have authors in there, blah, 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 blah. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys on the next fucking episode. Thank you.